Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed some great conversation and networking. What a gorgeous day. Nice to see you all. Thank you for quieting down so kindly. I appreciate it. Good afternoon and welcome to the White Rock Mayor's State of the City Address featuring Her Worship, Megan Knight. Today's event is hosted in partnership by the South Surrey and White Rock Chamber of Commerce and the Surrey Board of Trade. We are merging soon to become the Surrey and White Rock Board of Trade. Today's event is sponsored by some amazing organizations. Our presenting sponsor is IOM Property Group. Let's give them a hand. Our community sponsors are Fortis BC and Ocean Promenade Hotel. And our venue sponsor, Oceana Park. Who wants to move in here? I'd like to move in tomorrow, please. Without sponsorship support, events like this are difficult to pull together, so thank you to our sponsors. Before we get into the program, I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional unceded territories of the Semiahmoo First Nation and the broader territory of the Coast Salish people. As well, I acknowledge the Inuit and Métis Nations people who live and work on these territories. I'm now delighted to introduce Chief Harley Chappell of the Semiahmoo First Nation to provide us with a formal welcome. Chief?
You guys know me well enough, I don't need a mic. I have Councillor Cook and Councillor Charles along with me here today as well. Really what I'd like to do, just as we begin, we do a lot of these openings, and it's easy to come say, welcome to the unceded territory. That's easy. Our elders would always tell us whenever the people gather, you've all gathered here with one intent today, to hear, to understand, to learn. And that makes this place sacred. It makes it important. It glows. So what we do with those, when we gather the people, our elders would always remind us, make it a good place for them to be. Make it a good place for them to be. Open their hearts and open their minds to what they're going to participate in. So today I'm just going to ask you to take a breath. It's Monday, or it's not Monday. It feels like Monday. It feels like a Monday. It felt like a Monday every day for the past 30. But just take a breath and just call it. I can hear in my head. Call yourself back. And why she would say that is because sometimes we're worried about tonight, what we're making for dinner. We're stressed out from yesterday still. We're still thinking about what we got to do. Kids are out of school at the end of the month. Sorry, guys. But all those things, right? They bring our energy in different directions. So when we do these gatherings, we have the opportunity to, whether or not we choose to or not, we have the opportunity to pull all that back so that you're completely here for the good message and the good words that we share a little bit later on. So, and our elders would tell us how do we do that? We use this little tool. We use that little tool to gather the people because this is the tool for the humans, for the human beings. So we'll share that with you this morning. Just welcome to our home. Welcome to our territory. We've had a good relationship with the city over the past little while. I know a little rocky a while back, we'll say that. But it's improving. It continually gets better. And as we start to understand this word called reconciliation, we start to open our minds, open our hearts, and do better work for all the benefit. So thank you. Thank you. this welcoming gesture, this gesture that we use, we call that gesture silent. Silent is the gesture that we use. And when we think about this gesture, when we talk about this gesture, it's open heart. Some of our elders say it means thank you. Some mean it means welcome. One elder would say it means it's call. When our matriarchs and when our loved ones would come to the shoreline and they welcome our guests and our visitors, you look at this gesture and it's open. It's non-violent. It's similar to when we shake hands, the origin of where that came from. We're showing our guests and our visitors to come in peace. And we reciprocate those songs to show that we're coming from a good place. So it's more than just a welcome. It's opening ourselves, opening our homes to our guests and our visitors. Your guests and visitors, you travel, you be here. Now this is your home, and now we just ask, we all take care of it in a good way. Mike, thank you very much for the invitation here. I wish you enough. He's getting up on top. Forget the speech. Forget the speech. I want to watch you get on the podium.
Thank you, Chief Chappell. Words of wisdom, and also thank you for that centering energy that you've brought to us. Before I introduce the head table, I just want to say that I'm honored to be the Master of Ceremonies today for the State of the City Address with White Rock's Mayor, Megan Knight. White Rock is growing, and with that growth comes both opportunity and challenge. Our city continues to attract new residents, visitors, and businesses drawn to the seaside charm, vibrant small business community feel, and exceptional quality of life. As interest in this community increases, so does the demand for housing, services, and infrastructure. White Rock offers something truly special, a welcoming, close-knit community with a strong sense of identity. But growth also brings important questions. How do we maintain what makes White Rock unique while ensuring we meet the needs of a changing population? How do we build the right mix of housing, expand amenities, and support the local economy, all while protecting this natural beauty and small-town character? The decisions that we make today will shape the future of White Rock for generations to come. Thoughtful planning, strategic investment, and community engagement are key to ensuring that our growth benefits everyone who lives, works, and visits here. I'm looking forward to hearing the Mayor's vision for this beautiful city, and I know that you are as well. So now, please help me welcome the guests of the President's Table. Please stand as your name is called. First, of course, we have Her Worship, the Mayor of White Rock, Megan Knight, and her husband, Gary Holloway-Chuck. We have Dave Mann of IOM Property Group, Ginny Hasselfield, President of the South Surrey and White Rock Chamber of Commerce, Roy Morgan, Board Chair of the Surrey Board of Trade, and Chief Harley Chappell of the Semiahmoo First Nation. I'd also like to welcome some other government representatives joining us today. We have MLA for Surrey White Rock, Trevor Halford, MLA for Surrey North, Mandeep Dhaliwal, City of White Rock Councillors, Bill Lawrence, David Chesney, Elaine Chung, and Michelle Partridge. And we also have City of Surrey Councillor Linda Annis here as well. There she is. Thank you for being with us today. I'd also like to introduce South Surrey and White Rock Board Director, Gurjinder Burji, who's here. Thank you, Gurjinder. It is now my pleasure to pass the mic along to Dave Mann, President and founder of the IOM Property Group, to come forward and say a few words and introduce Her Worship.
Yeah, this stage is quite high. I feel for your high heels. Good afternoon, everybody. What an honor and a pleasure. I am here on behalf of Isle of Man. I get to speak because I have the most gray hair. I do have prepared a long speech, so just bear with me. No, no, no. I won't bore you with anything that I have to say. I just want to say that we are very honored to sponsor this. White Rock, South Surrey is where we are from. Isle of Man is 32 years in the business of developing and constructing in this part of the world. Isle of Man was born here. We live here. We work here. Our children went to schools here. My grandchildren went to basically all the schools in South Surrey. They all go here. They're all, I think they went to South Ridge, so we have a long-lasting relationship here. Most of my employees also live here, so we have a vested interest in this community. Peace Arch, we have a long history with them. They do wonderful work, and we hope to do a lot more with them also, and all the other great organizations. I'm in awe of all the people that are in this room, all the councillors, all the members of parliament, and all these good people. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. I know why we are here. So I'm going to keep it brief. But before I introduce the main event, I am going to introduce you to a small video that has been prepared to show you what is happening. So please bring your attention to the two screens. Wow, that video really shows there's a lot going on in this little gem of our city. So without any further delay, I would like to welcome your worship, Mayor Megan Knight, to the stage, the main event. Megan Knight.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. And before we begin, I think we did miss one councillor in that introduction. Councillor Dave Chesney's here today, too. So thank you so much for being here today, and thank you, Chief Chappell, for providing us with the wonderful kickoff to our event. It's my honor and privilege to be standing before you as mayor of this great, beautiful city, White Rock. I never could have imagined when I moved here 46 years ago, I was only a baby, I would one day be standing before you as mayor and giving you a State of the City address. White Rock is just not where I graduated from high school, raised my family, or ran my business. It's a place that has shaped my life and filled me with pride. Over the years, I've had witnessed firsthand the incredible process and transformation of our city. Looking back on this journey, as this council is now past the midpoint of its term, it's a perfect moment to reflect on our accomplishments together and look at where we're going next. White Rock is full of resilience and promise. And over the past year, we've seen firsthand what we can do when we all work together. Our council, our city staff, and our partners like Semiahmoo First Nations. And of course, the residents who care so deeply about our city. Through our collective efforts, we have made White Rock the vibrant community that it is today. But before I begin, I want to take a moment to acknowledge some of the people in the room who have been instrumental behind the scenes and are working hard, our senior leadership team. And if I could ask them to stand when I call their names, I do have a few here, so let's hold our applause till we're done. I will start with my right arm, our Chief Administration Officer, Guillermo Ferrero. Did I say that right? We always call him G. Our Director of Corporate Administration, Tracy Arthur. No, you have to keep standing, G. You might be my right arm, but I still tell you what to do. Our Chief Information and Technology Officer, Chris Soda. Our Director of Recreation and Culture, John Wolgar. Our Director of Engineering, Jim Gordon. Our Director of Human Resources, Carrie Lang. Our Director of Planning, Ann Berry. Our Director of Finance, Candace Gartrey. The Senior Project Manager of the Community Hub, Darcy DuPont. White Rock's Fire Chief, Brad Davey. And I think I've got everybody, correct? Okay. We also have with us our Manager of Communications, Robin Barra, and thank you for not going into labor and being here. And I said, your water can break, but you still gotta be here. And her team, Dunia Tozy and Kaylin Nelson. These women are the ones that do the catch-up video that we do after each council meeting to keep the community informed on the decisions that council has made and what's happening in the city. And also here today is our Deputy Corporate Officer, Debbie Johnstone, and Committee Clerk, Janessa Bauer. And you guys aren't standing. They are instrumental to my everyday working, so thank you, ladies. City Council's ability to serve our community effectively is made possible by the dedication, expertise, and tireless work ethics of all our staff. Quite simply, they all make us look good every single day. On behalf of Council, I want to extend our deepest thanks to each and every one of you in this room and those at home and still working today. Your hard work and your commitment and your professionalism do not go unnoticed. I know I speak for Council when I say we are truly grateful for each and every one of you. Okay, let's start with something truly transformational. Something that represents just not a new building, but a new vision for White Rock. I'm talking about the Community Hub. I want to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the previous mayors and their councils for their voice and their dedication in supporting this important initiative. Their journey began in 2008 with Mayor Catherine Ferguson and her council. They introduced the original Facilities Master Plan. Since then, under the leadership of two following mayors, we've seen the development of the Newtown Center urban design, the charrette, if anybody remembers that was a wonderful. And then last term, elevation of the City Hall and the Civic Precinct as the council's strategic priority. Now, 17 years later, it is this mayor and council who are proud to carry this vision forward, looking ahead to the future for our residents and laying the groundwork for the transformation of this project. The creation of the renewed Civic Heart will serve our community for generations to come. This project is about enhancing the quality of life for all residents. We're creating a space where the community can come together, where services are integrated, access is seamless, and support is readily available. Imagine a space where a council chamber is used more than twice a month. To me, that was a valuable piece of space that was not used. It was used twice a month and sat there empty the rest of the month. With this new proposal, we are saying, let's do a multi-purpose council chamber that can function not only as for the chamber, but a flexible meeting space, ensuring that it serves our community almost every day of the month if needed. The White Rock Players Club, Peninsula Productions, Blue Frog Studios, and other promoters have expressed their support for an additional theater space in our city. This new venue could host dance recitals, musical performances, community events, and even just a business meeting, offering residents more opportunities for events even like this, and you don't have to leave White Rock. Both the Fraser Valley Regional Library and the Evergreen Child Care Center have been actively involved in early discussions about the Community Hub and expressed strong interest in the opportunities it presents. Heidi Briggs, owner of Evergreen Child Care Center, has voiced her strong support for the new community hub. With the current daycare facilities, greatest challenges due to its age, she's seeking a modern, purpose-built building that will ensure the long-term sustainability of a child care service, which is a vital service to our community, as most of you know, and as Robin will know when she tries to go back to work. Our children deserve better. A purpose-built facility with a community hub would be a safe, modern, nurturing environment, one that's thoughtfully designed for their growth, their learning, and their well-being for years to come. Now let's go from daycare to seniors. The Kent Street Senior Center stands firmly behind the hub project and is in urgent need of a new facility. The current building has been, oh, my phone's ringing and it's TELUS, go away. The current building has long outlived its usefulness, and we continue to invest significant resources into keeping it going. A recent needs assessment confirmed what many of us already knew. There is a pressing demand for a modern, multi-purpose facility that can serve residents of all ages across our city, now and into the future. The White Rock Museum, and I think we have a couple here today, have brought forward an urgent request for the storage of the city archives. They need space. They do not have the space for our archives, and the hub presents a timely and practical solution to meet their growing needs. And finally, Council has received formal notice from CUPE expressing serious concerns about the unacceptable and inaccessible conditions of City Hall for their workers. They have called on the city to take immediate action to address these issues and move forward with the building of the hub. We've also received letters of support from the White Rock Chamber of Commerce and the Peace Arch Hospital Foundation. Their endorsement underscores the broad community need and the shared recognition for the importance of this. With all this strong community support and the clear need, it was time to take action, and this year we did just that. We made real progress. One of our first major steps was hiring Darcy DuPont as our senior manager to lead the hub project forward. Thank you, Darcy. I know you're taking on a big job. Darcy has been actively engaging with residents through public consultations, listening closely to their thoughts, their ideas, and their priorities to help shape a community hub that reflects the needs for those who will use it the most. This includes gathering input on everything from the kinds of services people want and to where the hub should be located. I think I've even spotted you at the farmer's market with a clipboard in hand talking to people. As we look into the future, we're fortunate to already have two promising sites for this project. The current City Hall location on Buena Vista Avenue, which based on early feedback seems to be a favorite, and the gravel parking lot on Johnson Road. Both locations are under thoughtful consideration and no final decision has been made. Mr. DuPont is bringing forward all of these options to Council, along with the community feedback gathered so far, to help guide with an informed and transparent decision-making process. What I want residents to understand is that if we choose to stay and build at the current City Hall site, we will need to sell the gravel parking lot to help pay for the project. Conversely, if we choose the Johnson Road site, we will need to sell a portion of the Buena Vista property. These are significant decisions, and we are committed to making them openly and in partnership with our community. We're continuing this conversation with residents as we move forward together in creating a vibrant, accessible, and inclusive civic space for all. I often hear from some seniors, even in this building, hey, I'm a retired engineer or an architect or a developer. I have ideas. So I said, great, Mr. DuPont is your man. Speak to him, contact him with your ideas. We love free advice. Go for it, right? We value them. To make all this come together and with careful financial planning, I'm pleased to say that this council has put $10 million into the Community Hub Reserve. That is a great undertaking for a little city like White Rock. So think about it. We own the land, we have the funding set aside, and we're actively working on the plan. We are in an excellent position to make this smart, sustainable, and forward-thinking development a reality. To the residents of White Rock, please know that this process takes time, actually quite a bit of time. No construction is not starting tomorrow morning. This is taking years. 17 years into this journey we are. And that's nearly 2 decades. Think about it, 2 decades. Billy, I think you had hair back. Yeah, okay. I was trying to remember. As we move forward, I want to encourage everyone to stay informed and engaged. There's a lot of misinformation circulating, and I urge residents, please seek out the facts. I want you to be informed with the facts, not just assumptions, not speculation. Please avoid relying on hearsay or the letters to the editor. Well, you like that one? It's true. While stirring the pot might be entertaining for some, it doesn't serve our community or help us move together forward. How can we move forward when there's all this misinformation? It's very easy to get the facts and accurate information. It's called picking up the phone, sending an email to Mr. DuPont, myself, any member of council. We're here to answer your questions. So just don't listen to a lot of those things that are out there. These are significant decisions that this council will be made, and we are committed to making them openly and in partnership with the community. We will continue to share updates and ensure residents of White Rock are informed every step of the way. I encourage each and every one of you to stay engaged, complete the surveys, go to the open houses, look at our website. This hub is being built for this community, and your voices matter. We want to hear from you. Okay, now on to housing. I want you to know that affordable housing is a top priority for this council. We recognize the cost of housing is a challenge facing most people across the region, and White Rock, of course, is no exception. We are deeply committed to ensuring that everyone in our community has access to safe, affordable living options. This initiative is not just a goal, it's a fundamental part of our mission to create a more inclusive and supportive city for all residents. That's why affordable housing is not just part of the discussions for our community hub, it's part of our long-term vision for every development we consider. Did you know that White Rock was put on the province's naughty list? According to the government of British Columbia, we have fallen short on our housing targets. As a result, they have mandated us to deliver 1,067 net new completed housing by 2029. That is just 4 short years from now. And when they say completed, they mean it. Only housing starts that have received final occupancy certificates will count towards that total of 1,067. So even if we, as a council, approve a building to be built or something's under construction, it will not be counted. The building has to have its final occupancy and people moving in for it to be counted. So that is a lot of units for our little city of 5 square kilometers. I'm often asked why I just don't say no, push back, tell the province we're not doing it. Trust me, we have. We've voiced our concerns and made our opposition very clear. Our MLA, Trevor Halford, has taken on the fight for us. And at the end of the day, this is the law. We have to abide by it, but we're getting Trevor to fight for us, see what he can do. Good luck. Now just look at what happened to West Vancouver when municipalities to say, no, we're not doing it. We refuse to comply with what the province wants. They step in and take over your planning department. They approve, rubber stamp everything. Housing Minister Ravi Kahlon has made it clear, future infrastructure funding to our city will be tied to our housing delivery. And municipalities will be held accountable if targets are not met. So think about that. By staying at the table, we preserve our ability to show how growth unfolds in White Rock. This isn't about giving in, it's about standing up for what's best for our community. Otherwise, the province will make those decisions for us. So, would you rather have White Rock staff, people who live here, people who work here, people who understand our city, making those calls? Or would you prefer the province deciding on what's best from their desks in Victoria? I see you shaking your head. That's exactly why we want Miss Berry and her department, people who know this city inside and out, reviewing our applications, determining what works best for White Rock and its geography. Having someone placed in our planning part but by the province, someone unfamiliar with White Rock's unique geography and character would be a disaster. Planning decisions must be made by those who truly understand and care about our community. The province, one-size-fit-all approach and rubber stamping everything simply does not work here. A significant part of this mandate has been implementing of the required changes under Bill 44, ensuring we align with regional and provincial housing strategies while continuing to preserve the unique character of White Rock. I want to extend my greatest gratitude to Ms. Barry and her team for the outstanding work they have done in navigating this complex process while staying focused on what White Rock is truly all about. And through it all, do you know our permit times are down to approximately 6 weeks? I would take a clap for that. That's a remarkable achievement, especially for those in the building and renovation sectors who depend on these timely approvals to keep projects moving forward. In addition, as part of the provincial mandate, we are required to update our official community plan by the end of this year. This is no small task. It's a major undertaking for any city. This will shape our future for years to come. Now let that sink in. The province is ordering us, on top of everything else we have to do, to update our OCP. This is a significant process for this municipality and our dedicated staff and working hard to meet this challenge. Through open houses, surveys, and pop-up events, they are actively gathering input on this. So again, please take the time, get involved, shape your thoughts, attend an event, make your voice heard. This is your city and your input truly matters. Okay, now let's move on to staffing. When I ran for mayor in 2022, I heard loud and clear, the city of White Rocks was very dysfunctional. Staff were leaving, morale was low, and no one wanted to apply for a job at White Rock. As mayor, I needed to fix it and fix it quick, along with my council. So we did. We started by focusing on creating a positive and respectful and supportive work environment, one that not only attracts great people, but keeps the people that we already have. And we were wanting that there were other communities that were actively poaching our staff, and that needed to stop. With the help of Ms. Lang and her HR department, I'm proud to say we've turned that around. We're retaining staff, and I hear time and again how much happier people are to come to work at the city. And what does that mean for you? It means better service. It means more capacity to handle complex files. It means faster responses, whether it's business license or a pothole repair. This is what that does. So we're streamlining processes, upgrading our technology, and supporting staff so we can serve you better. We've even begun integrating AI into our operations, with Mr. Zoda and his IT team leading the way. They're developing a thoughtful policy to ensure White Rock stays ahead of the curve as technology continues to evolve. And none of this would be possible without any of our dedicated staff who go above and beyond every single day. We appreciate everything that they do. Okay, let's move on to our community. White Rock just isn't where we live, it's where we come together to celebrate, to connect, and to have fun. And what a year of celebrations it's been. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Wolgar and his incredible Recreation and Culture team for making it such a success. We've hosted one of the best Canada Day celebrations in the region, complete with fireworks, which are a rare treat these days. It was a spectacular event that drew tens of thousands of visitors to our city, and reminded us of the full and vibrant spirit that makes White Rock so special. I want to take a moment to recognize Thrifty Foods for their continued improvements in the Canada Day by the Bay. Their ongoing support helps us make this a standout celebration and fills our city with pride each year. We were thrilled to see the return of the long-awaited Torchlight Parade during our immensely successful Semiahmoo Days and Sea Festival. Additionally, we introduced a new float for White Rock, which not only showcased our city at Sea Fest, but also allowed us to participate in other neighboring community events. And I think just last week we won an award, didn't we, in New Westminster for our float, which is great. Over 55,000 people attended this past year, and the event is a shining example of our continued partnership with the Semiahmoo First Nation. And if you haven't had Joanne's barbecued salmon, go down there this year. She does a wonderful, no, we're not doing barbecued salmon? No? Oh, you don't want them to come. Okay, shh. Okay, just delete that. This partnership means a great deal to us, and we're honored to work together in the spirit of reconciliation and celebration. We also held our first Women Who Lead event for International Women's Day in partnership with the South Surrey White Rock Chamber of Commerce and the Surrey Board of Trade. I had the privilege of bringing together inspiring local women, including our SFN councillor Janine Cook, into one room. And you should see what's on this lady's resume. She does a lot. These leaders in business, government, and healthcare shared their stories, their insight, and their advice. And I interviewed them and learned from their experiences. It was an incredibly successful event, and one that I'll be building on for years to come. In December, we illuminated the waterfront again with Bright Walk in White Rock, attracting tens of thousands of people to enjoy a free light show and creating magical holiday memories for many families from across our region. This popular event also provided a boost to our local businesses during the dark, cold winter months. For the first time ever, we joined with the City of Surrey for the Cultural Call, breaking down borders and celebrating creativity together. We brought back the hugely successful night market down at the pier, complete this year with a new licensed area. If you haven't checked it out, the next one is Friday, July 18th. It's a fun event that draws big crowds, offers wonderful food and artisans' crafts, and features live music that you can dance to. I've also been working with Scott Harold to bring the Canadian Forces snowbirds back to our skies this August. I'm hopeful we'll be able to announce soon that they'll once again be gracing our waterfront and pier. It's always a thrill to have them soar above White Rock. We truly appreciate it when they make our city a showstop. It's a highlight for residents and visitors alike, so fingers crossed that we're going to get them this year. And of course, the Business Improvement Association is once again bringing back the concerts at the pier. These free concerts are a highlight of the summer, fun, lively, and enjoyed by people of all ages. The point I'm trying to make is White Rock isn't just where we live, it's where we come together. It's where we celebrate, we connect, and create lasting memories right in our own backyard. I'm proud that this council has been fully supportive of all these events, helping making White Rock a vibrant, welcoming, and thriving community. Now I want to talk about something that council cares deeply about, taking care of our most vulnerable. Even though this is a provincial responsibility, this past winter, the taxpayers of White Rock once again funded and operated a daytime warming center at Centennial Park. Those in need could come in and warm up, access food, and connect with support services. Now, none of this would have been possible without our incredible warming center park ambassadors who showed up, rain, wind, or snow, to help keep the park safe and clean. I want to sincerely thank each and every one of them for making a real difference in our city. Now, after careful consideration and hearing from the residents and business in White Rock, Council has decided not to proceed with providing a daytime warming center this coming winter. Due to the rising costs and the lack of a suitable location for the trailer, we believe it's time for the provincial government to step in, take responsibility, and provide this essential service for our community. Council has instructed staff to collaborate with and help any organization that would be willing to offer this service. Additionally, I've spoken to our MLA, Trevor Helford, and he will be advocating on our behalf to the province about how to assist our most vulnerable, as the city can no longer sustain this service. Okay, let's move on to infrastructure. We've had a busy year investing in infrastructure to support today's needs and tomorrow's opportunities. We completed critical road and sewage upgrades on the second portion of Johnson Road, work that is absolutely vital. As I stated earlier, we're updating our OCP, and alongside this, we are conducting the North Bluff Road Corridor Study. and aligning with our efforts with the Semiahmoo Town Center Plan to better serve our residents and to improve transportation and connectivity. TransLink, which I think I have a couple from TransLink here today. TransLink is advancing the bus rapid transit design, and we will have a BRT station at the northeast side of North Bluff and Johnson. This station will serve the King George Corridor, connecting Surrey City Centre with uptown White Rock. The BRT is desperately needed as our transit south of the Fraser has increased substantially since COVID. With over the last year, I think we've increased 11% in our ridership. So now for something fun. We currently have under construction our brand new splash pad at Generations Park, made possible by the generous donation of the Peace Arch Hospital Foundation, thank you, Stephanie, the White Rock Firefighters Charity Association, and Myra Merkel. This innovative water park will be part of a vibrant and refreshing oasis for residents of all ages during the hot summer months. As a unique addition to White Rock, it offers a new and exciting way for everyone to enjoy our already outstanding and accessible area. I'm thrilled to see how well loved this park is and know that this new feature will only enhance its appeal and community value. That's why we're committed in investing in infrastructure, not only that meets today's needs, but is also designed to grow with our community. This makes it easier for residents to navigate, access essential services, stay connected, and just plain have fun. I want to thank Mr. Gordon and his team for bringing all those needed services to our community. On to public art. White Rock has always excelled in public art, and this year was no exception. I'd like to thank the Public Art and Culture Advisory Committee for their dedication and hard work. We installed a new Welcome to White Rock sign at Johnson and North Bluff, creating a new gateway to the city. A special thank you to the Evanish family for their generous donation and support of it. We have also unveiled a stunning new art piece, False Border, by Indigenous artist Marianne Nicholson at the Saltaire Building. A new crosswalk named Seaside Stroll by artist Amy Bow, which will also serve as public art, was painted on Johnson Road. We celebrated the 40th anniversary of the iconic whale wall, a symbol of our coastal spirit and beloved part of our community. Council has now approved 2 new murals, one on the West Park Beach Parkade and the other on the Balsam Street Comfort Station. Both are expected to be completed by the end of summer. I'm really looking forward to seeing these vibrant additions down at the waterfront. They will really brighten those spaces up. Now let's move on to green initiatives across this city. New this year, we planted 752 new trees and shrubs in Ruth Johnson Park in partnership with the Lower Mainland Green Teams. The Green Team has really been helping White Rock this year, hosting removal of invasive species along West Beach. It's been great to see so many local residents come out and donate their time to take care of all of this. Our Parks Department has been busy planting magnolia trees and updating our flower boxes across the city, along with 200 beautiful hanging baskets now adorning our streets. And I don't know if you've seen them, but they are gorgeous. The work by our parks crew are not just for aesthetics, they are part of the climate commitment and contribute to making our city an even more beautiful place. Okay, on to finance and technology. I would like to recognize Ms. Gartrey and her finance department for earning the Government Finance Officers Association Distinguished Budget Presentation Award. Boy, that's a mouthful. A major recognition that shows our commitment to the financial transparency and smart planning. Well done, Ms. Gartrey. On that note, we are launching a new accounting system for our finance department called Orbit City, with the plan for it to be implemented by early next year. This will streamline internal processes, improve efficiency, and enhance our ability to serve residents with a more timely and accurate financial information. We're also improving our free Wi-Fi across the beach, so local residents and visitors can keep in touch and connected while they're down at our beautiful spot. Now on to our fire department. Our fire department achieved major milestones this year. Following Chief Wolf's retirement after 34 years of service, I was pleased to welcome our new fire chief, Brad Davey. Brad isn't here today, is he? I don't see him. Okay. And I also had the privilege of welcoming our first ever career female firefighter, Emily Latrace. With these 2 new additions adding to our already dedicated team of firefighters, I'm confident that White Rock is in good hands and set for a bright future. To honor White Rock's Fire Department's rich history, we are placing a vintage 1925 Studebaker fire truck in front of the fire hall this fall. This key piece of city history symbolizes the bravery and dedication of our firefighters, connecting our past to our present. Our White Rock RCMP, public safety continues to be a top priority in White Rock, and I'm proud to share that the City of White Rock's RCMP call volumes are down so far in 2025 compared to the same time last year, a positive sign that our collaborative efforts to keep our community safe are making a real impact. White Rock RCMP, under Staff Sergeant Dixon's command, continue to serve our community with pride and dignity. And with our dedicated community policing team on the front lines, from patrolling on their bikes to maintaining a strong presence at major events, they all work tirelessly to keep everyone safe, and I thank them all. Now on to healthcare. We are incredibly fortunate to have the Peace Arch Hospital, the Peace Arch Hospital Foundation, and the hospice, and our dedicated local healthcare workers who go above and beyond every day. Their compassion, innovation, and tireless service make a real difference in the lives of every White Rock resident. But we also have to acknowledge a growing challenge. There simply aren't enough hospital beds to meet the needs of our aging and expanding population. So let's just take a look at the numbers. We have 325 total beds to serve our population of 22,000 people. But on top of that, the population of South Surrey is 88,000 that also use our hospital. There are just 7 maternity beds, and there are 1,000 babies born at Peace Arch every year. And it sounds like a few came from the Mann family, I think, since you had kids in every school. There are also, what's more concerning, are there no pediatric beds, meaning if your child is seriously ill, you have to leave our community. That is something you do not want to go through. And it's not just children. Patients experiencing major cardiac events are diverted to Royal Columbian Hospital, which I know with my husband in an ambulance running to Royal Columbia and losing my mind. So we need more. This gap underscores the urgency for continued investment and advocacy to ensure everyone has access to the care they deserve close to home. So I hope the province steps up. Let's talk Canada first. In this time of global uncertainty, marked by the swearing in of a new president, White Rock proudly reaffirms its commitment to Canada. To demonstrate our values and support for Canadian-made goods and services, we've added Canadian flag decals to all our fleet vehicles. It's a clear and visible statement of unity, resilience, and national pride. I've also engaged in meaningful conversations with fellow mayors, both across the border and across this region, focused on how we can all collaborate to support local economies and strengthen our national ties. Because when we work together, we are undeniably stronger. Let me be clear, White Rock stands firmly with our local businesses during challenging times. At the same time, I've been incredibly proud to witness so many of our local entrepreneurs not only preserve, but truly thrive. Like take, for example, Ricardo's Candy Corner, a charming little candy shop started by 2 brothers down on the beach, and it has grown so well that they've opened one in Vancouver. Or Three Dogs Brewing, started by Pam Glazier and Scott Ketty. It has grown into a go-to gathering place. And then they opened the Beer Shack, which is adding even more vibrancy to our uptown areas. In fact, the whole area just continues to grow in a vibrant hub, with it being the beloved home of the White Rock Farmers Market, or new businesses like Taco Fino or Thrifty Foods, and many others who choose to call it home. So I'm very proud to see that. Now on to council. If you haven't had enough of elections, there will be another one this fall. The by-election so far is stated for September 20th for 1 seat on White Rock Council, with plans for us to be back to a full council before the busy fall season. Before the election and after Ernie Claassen was elected as MP, I had discussions with him about urgent need for federal funding for our pier and for affordable housing projects. For too many years, White Rock has been overlooked by the federal government, and I'm hoping with a Liberal MP, he can finally secure some financing for us and get us the funds that are needed to make our community better and install in our infrastructure. And then next year, there will be another civic election. If you haven't had enough, I want to take a moment to encourage everyone in this room and across our city to consider running for office. It's time to move beyond the traditional power structures that have dominated for far too long. I want to see more women at the table. I'm inspired by the energy and ideas of younger people, and I hope that they come forward. Our community is strongest when all ages, backgrounds, and perspectives are represented at the council table. So, if you've ever thought about making a difference, if you have ideas, energy, and passion, now is the time. Reach out to me or any member of council. I'm happy to talk to you and see what your questions are and go over everything, because White Rock needs your voice. And on that note, it might be a good time to share that, yes, I will be seeking re-election for mayor in 2026. Thank you. So, in conclusion, this has been a year of progress, promise, and purpose. We've laid the foundation for a bold, new vision, the community hub. We've enhanced city services, built strong partnerships, celebrated our culture, supported our most vulnerable, and made smart, forward-looking decisions. That will benefit White Rock for generations to come. But we're not done, far from it. Recently, someone said I was not fit for this job. Let me be clear. I'm not here because I fit a mold. I'm here because I broke one. Leadership isn't about conforming to outdated expectations. It's about having the courage to lead with integrity and strength, especially when others doubt you. As a woman and a leader, I've learned that criticism often isn't about your capability. It's about challenging long-standing assumptions. I didn't step into this role to preserve the status quo or to sit back, do nothing, and collect a paycheck. I'm here to make a difference, and I'm proud of that. So, White Rock's best days are ahead, and as your mayor, I'm excited to continue this journey with all of you as we all work together to make the city by the sea the best place to live, work, and play. Thank you.
Well-deserved standing ovation. Thank you, Mayor Knight. And the stage. Good for you. So we heard a lot in that speech, and I want to thank you and just acknowledge some of the things I heard, because it really is a testament to all of the things that you need to think about and that you're thinking about for the residents of White Rock every day. I heard infrastructure, housing, permitting, OCP, tech upgrades, community hub, farmers market. But above all, I heard an appreciation of your staff team and of your community, that community engagement and feedback is welcomed and appreciated, and a commitment, major commitment to your community. And I applaud you, because it is difficult to wear that hat every day. So thank you. Another round of applause for the mayor. In closing, I would like to thank our sponsors once again, IOM Property Group for being here, along with Fortis BC, the Ocean Promenade Hotel and Oceana Park, where we all want to live, and for sponsoring this afternoon's event. Thank you all for attending. Have a great day.